And from now on, it gets really interesting. Now the course can start. Now your meditation practice can really start. After this first 4 lessons, the first part of the course, you have a clear idea about concentration, about your inner Buddha, about how to perceive your body, how to overcome hindrances, how to sit down, how about relaxation and also self-healing in meditation. You heard some helpful hints about organizing your daily meditative routine, and you know about breathing. And these are the basics. Now the course and your practice can start. And it'll do so in the second part of the course, when we cover the real interesting aspects of senses on one hand and the mind on the other hand. Regarding sensations, sense perceptions, there is a very interesting fact which is very relevant to meditation practice, but also to your life, and contains a huge potential of liberation. And it's the simple fact that every sensation you will ever have, or you ever had, is immediately pleasant or unpleasant for you. This is an automatic, unavoidable, unstoppable reaction. It's a biological reaction that every being, every living creature has. So this is not a thought, not a judgment, nothing. It's just a reaction of your system. So you will hear a sound and it'll be pleasant or unpleasant immediately. And you can't control that. Even the Buddha had unpleasant sensations. But you can do something about what follows. Because your mind might have or will very probably have a strong tendency to create a story out of it, to make more out of it, and especially to go against it, with aversion. So we start to practice with a magical little word here, which is only. This is only an unpleasant sound. This is only an unpleasant sight, nothing more. And you get back to your breathing. This is interesting to hear, to know about, but it's of no use if you only hear me explain that. You might want to practice it. You might want to get better at it. And we do some exercises in the course about that, where we practice meditation, and the meditation is constantly disturbed by sounds, by noises, pleasant ones, unpleasant ones, coming up randomly. And we try to just observe our inner reaction. Okay, that's pleasant, that's unpleasant, but it's only that, and we get back to our breathing. So we train our ability to not be conditioned by these impulses, at least not always, at least not at once and all the time. It's only a small word, only, but it has a huge power. And it opens up a chapter which is extremely important. And it's the question of living in a constant reaction to basically everything and everybody that surrounds you, or in action, taking action yourself. Because what's going on very probably so far in you is that if I tell you that you are good-looking, handsome, intelligent, and just a great person, you will feel pleasure. And if I tell you that you're an idiot, you will get angry. So I basically control your emotions and your state of mind. And that's not freedom. So what can happen here is that after a while practicing this, you can just notice this is an unpleasant sound, not more. This is a pleasant thing to hear, not more. I don't have to identify with it. I don't have to become it. At least not immediately, at least not automatically. So we practice this with images coming up and we just observe inner reaction, a nice image, an ugly image, I like this, I don't like this, but we do not follow these impulses. It's only pleasant, it's only unpleasant. A wonderful practice. Simple to understand, a little bit less simple to put into practice, but it's just a question of exercise and of doing it, learning about it and doing it. And then we come to the mind, to our thoughts. And here we learn especially one thing, which is to label our thoughts. To be able just to see, this is a question, this is a doubt, this is an opinion, a judgment, a memory, an idea, a project, a fragment, not clear, whatever. We just label the thought and get back to our breathing. Again, easy to explain, easy to understand, but not so easy to practice. So that is one huge and important practice that can really help you a lot. The Buddha talked about 3 mental poisons, which are aversion, I don't like this, I don't want this, aversion. Attachment, I like this, I want this. And confusion or ignorance, what's going on, I don't understand. The 3 mental poisons. And these mental poisons, these mental habits, really do poison our mind and do create all our suffering. So when we learn to label our thoughts and to keep some distance to them, we learn to be free. All our suffering is created by those 3 mental poisons. And with meditation, I gain gradually more and more the ability to not follow them, to not get into them, to not create them anymore. And that means nothing less than suffering is a choice. I can choose to think in a certain way, the automatic way, the narrative focus, which will always go into those 3 mental poisons, or I can keep my distance and can just observe, okay, what's going on in my mind? Do I want that or not? Do I need that? And if not, okay, I won't fight against it. I won't try to block it out or to eliminate it, but I just won't follow it. I just won't nurture it. I get back to breathing and I am free. That's a fantastic liberty, a fantastic freedom. Meditation can help us to obtain, to develop more and more. That's freedom from suffering, no less. And it's something that surely will be possible for you if you just start and don't stop. So this whole topic of mind, of thoughts, is obviously of extreme importance. But it's not all. It's not, sometimes people think this is meditation, controlling my thoughts, or guiding my mind in a certain way. And I think we made it clear that this is not meditation, but it's a very important part of our practice. Another important part of our practice is the question of formal and informal meditative practice, because there are techniques which we can bring into our everyday lives. And therefore, we will, in the second part of the course, lessons 5 to 8, we will learn about 4 kinds of walking meditation. And then again, breathing in one step and breathing out the other one. just be aware of yourself and of this moment. And then we can begin. So with the next in-breath, I do 3 steps. And out-breath, 3 more steps. In and out. Try to perceive everything, every little thing of the contact of your foot on the ground. You feel your steps, your feet touching the ground, and that perception, this feeling gives you stability. Your attention can follow this sensation quite easily